come out the way, one way, and then another sibling comes out when you grew up basically the same way. And so I just think that the topic that you chose today was just definitely interesting. Um, Definitely interesting.
Uh,
But
I appreciate that. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Yes.
no,
Come on.
no, that was it. It was just interesting because again, I don't know. I can't answer the fact if is it my soul or is it my brain, but I can come to the conclusion that it's definitely something that's intertwined as far as my soul and my brain. And then maybe both of those together brings me who I am, I guess, makes me who I am.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was thinking about. I thought about this as well before. Is like, oh, shoot, it just went away. It just left out my head, just like that. But like, I was talking to my nephew yesterday, and we brought up flatlining. Before I say what I'm about to say, BG, can you recall anything when you flatline? Like any imagery or anything in your head? We spoke about the coma before, and you said you basically just woke up, went to work, did your day, and woke up again months later.
Right.
Is that the same as flatlining if you can recall anything of that sort?
Well, in all honesty, I don't have any recollection of it. Was like you said, it was as though I had came home from work, went to sleep, woke up the next morning. Only what I thought was the next morning was actually almost 8 months later. So people ask me, well, did you dream? No. Did you see like this light? No. I mean,
Awesome.
it was just
I
like
mean,
taking a nap.
not awesome, but awesome for some intel that we talked about yesterday.
Uh,
Like awesome, you
I agree. It
flatline,
was not
awesome.
awesome. It was not
Right?
awesome.
No, but
Scary, but
well,
not awesome.
from
So for
you
8
said
months, there
scary.
was you don't remember dreaming or anything. You just was asleep and then woke up
Mm.
out of a deep sleep.
Right. I mean, because
Mm.
like even now, which is debatable, but sociologists, doctors say that everybody dreams. But my doctors have told me that I actually don't. I don't. There's something called Zen sleep.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get there.
Mm.
Today, I can go to sleep with an issue on my mind, and I'll have it figured out by tomorrow morning. So it's like, as far as that,
So you did gain autistic powers. You unlock your mutant X gene.
I gained something. Well, you know what I gained? I woke up to find myself almost $5 million in debt. That's what I gained.
Mm,
Mm.
mm,
Wow.
Like I said, I had two
mm.
businesses, and my accountant at the time of my accident, my
You wanted
my
to go back to sleep, huh?
no, I tried to put me to sleep. But at the time of my accident, my elder brother told me that I was suspect of the accountant, and they did find out, while I was in the hospital, they did find out that he had been keeping two sets of books.
Mm.
So he got me for my retirement,
Wow.
somewhere between 750,000 and 1.25 million.
That's how you
Mm.
snap, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, see,
That's how you that's how
that's
you're
what I
that 1 second away from snapping on somebody, right?
that's what
Right, Dr. Key.
that was one of the reasons, one of the catalysts for me having to draw. I said earlier that I was, trying to draw closer to the Lord, because at the point that I lost my memory, and it was strange that my godfather, my late godfather, he was the pastor of the church that I attended, and this gentleman used to be the keyboard player for that church. And one day, my mother had taken me to church. No, I'm sorry. It was a friend of mine took me to church. And anyway, I'm sitting on the front pew because I can't get between the pews. So I'm sitting on the front pew, and coincidentally, it's the time of collection. And I'm standing there, and I had a 4-prong cane, and the cane is standing right beside me. And for some reason, I don't know why, something in my spirit just said, "Look up." And when I looked up, it was him. I don't know how I knew it, but it was him. And immediately, you gotta understand, I'm not the same person I used to be. But immediately I grabbed my cane And I was gonna let him have it. I was gonna shut it. I was gonna close his eyes. But
It was the
the person that was
accountant?
sitting beside me grabbed my arm. They said, stop.
Wow.
You can't do that. And I said, let me go. And the person said, stop.
Yeah.
You cannot. You're in church. I said, I don't care. I will kill him and pray for him on the way to hell.
Hey, that's what Christians do.
Well, I mean, hey, we can always ask for forgiveness.
Yeah, that's why Christians do what they do
Well, you
because
know
of
what?
that part.
I did say I'm making the effort to grow in the Lord. Okay, so give me a little leeway. But my godfather, he saw it. He saw what happened, and after church, he goes, "I saw you," and I said, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "I saw you." I said, "Well, the Lord is still working on me." I mean, that's a classic excuse, right? But
Yep,
anyway,
yep, yep.
it was an experience, and thankfully, I didn't hit him in church, um, or shoot him. But
Slide that in there, huh?
I've gotten beyond that. Most.
That's good. That's good. That's part of gaining some emotion control.
But I think that's a prime example though, where you have the accountant. I mean, like I think that's a perfect example where you have an accountant that's in the church. You said he plays the piano for the church.
The
So
keyboard, yeah.
he's the keyboard. So he's receiving the same word as you, under the
Hmm.
same leadership, spiritual
Yeah.
leadership
Hmm.
as you, but yet had a moral a moral defect, a character defect, to where he could still be in the church and still steal. And so, it's like, if you want to talk about an oxymoron, where does the level of consciousness and morality and what's right is wrong and what's wrong is now right nowadays? My sister was just sharing with me that I think it's Tennessee, of all places, one of those places, they have approved a Satan club in the middle school.
Oh, I just
Now,
read about it.
yeah, yeah, it's a real thing. And so I looked it up, and I'm just like, okay, all right, we're summoning demons at an early age. Cool. Let's see what's going on, right? And so basically it's a club, it's an inclusive club that basically debunks that there's any devil. Religion is superstitious, and how we are following superstitious principles and teaching children how to really think of their own and manage their own, and stop subscribing to these rituals that we
Deep.
call religion and spirituality.
That's deep.
But
And,
education does that though.
I was about to say that.
The whole education system does that. It
But
programs us into be employers as opposed to entrepreneurs. I mean, so I mean, and the same with our medical system. It doesn't teach us to find things on a natural remedies to anything, when I feel like that there are, but they want to prescribe everything because that's what the agenda is. And I think what you said, Dr. King, is it sounds ignorant, but it's funny how it's not their agenda.
can I explain something to you, doctor and coach? When I got out the hospital, every morning I took 8 pills. Every evening I took 6 more. And I researched all the medications, possible side effects, the adverse reactions that my body could have to them. And I gradually found natural alternatives. I changed my diet. I think I've had fewer than 5 soft drinks since 2005. I realized common sense says it can't affect you unless they can get it in you.
mm,
So I stopped eating fried foods, stopped eating junk food, stopped eating candy, stopped doing soft drinks, just everything. And I gradually weaned myself off all those medications, not counting my follow-up of doctor's appointments, just my prescriptions alone, $886 a month. And one of the things that I found,
Save your life to keep
well,
you alive.
I've
Keep
paid
you
off a lot of
alive.
bills, but
I'm just that alone, just that portion, like the bills and none of the other like food or anything is keeping you alive. They're just sustaining
yeah,
life. But these medications is supposed to be keeping you alive.
no, they don't. The cold and flu industry. It's an industry
Mm-hmm.
to the
Hmm.
tune of 300 billion,
Mm-hmm.
billion with a B, three
Mm-hmm.
hundred billion dollars a year, and there is a cure for the cold. They just don't want you to know about it.
Well, of
It's
course,
a cure
yeah,
for
of
I've
course,
got
everything. It's a
it's a
cure for
cure for
cancer. It's a cure for
the
everything.
HIV, all
you,
that. I mean, see,
Everything.
scripture says all that we need is right here on earth for us.
even without scriptures involved
Even
in it. It's
without
kind of
scriptures,
like
that's true.
just think a little bit. You're here on a place that you live on. Why wouldn't it be things here to keep you living on it?
Because they want you to go into the lab.
And on top of that, the things that are here to be kept lit to keep you here alive or to live on it, why wouldn't it self-sustain itself to keep Emily? Come on, like,
Well, it
it's just
will.
think a little bit, like people.
I have, I have my primary care doctor. I went to
Hold on,
him.
hold on, pause. Can I put a pause there real quick because I want to get back to the soul thing real before Asia have to leave.
Asia gonna leave us?
Yeah, she got a appointment. Yeah, she hit on
Dang.
something about a character defect that just popped in my head when she brought it up, and you hit on something about that made me think about the whole soul thing. Like that's why I think about the soul in the religion thing the way that I think about it because a piece of why you said you didn't see anything.
No,
You said you just woke up, did your thing, woke up again a long time later.
no,
You know, and none of it was in your knowledge.
nope.
I think a lot of our livelihood is revolves around imagination, just us living, period. In fact, the conversation that we're having now, you're using your imagination to think about what it is that's being said. And outside of this conversation here, you're going to go and have those conversations to yourself that we talked about. And you're imagining there as well. You, Adrian, you brought up the accountant had a defect in a character defect.
Yeah. Character defect, our moral compass, because not everybody I can place. I love the example we use sometimes where I can take a bottle
Mm-hmm.
and all three of us can be around, all four of us could be around this same table, right? And I will place the bottle in the middle and I will tell you, don't describe the bottle, but describe what you see on your side of the bottle. And each person will see the same bottle, but give a different perspective about this bottle. So and that's what our moral compass is about, is that we can have the same situation, just like Coach Terry was saying. You could be in the same house
Mm-hmm.
and everybody will have a different perspective of what their parents were like. Well, you were the favorite one, well, they hated me and I'm the black sheep. And
Yeah.
so our moral compass is not one of common sense, because common sense ain't common.
Nope.
So we're dealing
Absolutely.
with all these people that all feel like they're right.
Yes.
Every
Mm-hmm.
man is right in his own eyes,
Yes.
right? And so then when we think about soul, the total being, everybody is living the best experience that they can possibly live, good, bad, and ugly. And everybody serves a purpose, all the way from the serial killers to the pimps, to the hustlers, to the hoes, to the therapists, to the doctors, to everybody in between. And everybody plays a role, but all of our souls are mixing and mingling in the way it makes sense in the world that exists for them. Everybody has their own existence.
Right.
It's very interesting. It's very interesting. I
Very.
mean,